What is up, everybody? It's Mr. Hamilton. Welcome back to the couch. Welcome back to another review. And today, Loki. I'm kind of going to do a whole show recap, talk a little bit about everything that's happened so far, and of course, we're going to cover the season finale that is out right now on Disney Plus. Before we do get into that, make sure you guys hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure you guys hit the bell, get notified every time I drop content. So, Loki. Honestly, one of the best. All the Disney Plus shows are best, but Loki is really good. It doesn't have very much action. It does have some action, but it's not like Falcon and the Winter Soldier where it's over crazy action. But because this one is almost like a psychological thriller slash buddy cop buddy film slash mystery in its own Marvel way. So Loki pretty much comes, gets the Tesseract, transports himself out. The TVA come, take him in, and say, hey, you're branching off into another timeline, and we can't have that, so you're under arrest. And Loki's trying to figure out what is going on. Owen Wilson is playing Mobius? Yeah, Mobius, not Morbius. Two different characters. Yeah, but they're trying to find another Loki variant, so he thinks that Loki can help him find Loki. Loki does find Loki and decides to follow Loki into different time periods and stuff like that. So I'm not saying Loki 1,000 times. We're going to go Loki and Sylvie. As we know, Sylvie was taken from her timeline as a child, and she said that she's also been pruned before and everything like that. So, they go off on their thing, trying to figure out what's going on. She wants to overthrow the TVA and destroy the TVA. Loki, that's what he wants at first, and then he slowly starts to realize maybe there's something more. Maybe there's something hidden. Maybe there's a lot more than what meets the eye. And so they originally think that the timekeepers are the ones who are in charge, and it turns out they're all animatronics. And so, now they're stuck and lost, and they're trying to figure it out. The show's really well written. Everything captures your eye, your ear, the way what they're talking about, the hints that they're dropping here and there. It's in good Marvel fashion with all the Easter eggs and everything like that. I love it. I also love the intro title screen. It's so badass. I love it. So, they start to realize things aren't what they seem. They start to realize, Loki realizes that the TVA is kind of a whole lie, and everybody who works in the TVA are all variants, and they don't even know it yet. Except for, I honestly think that Renslayer, she knows what's going on. But she's also on the fence of what's true, what's not. She wants to be loyal to the TVA, but with all the new stuff coming out to light, she doesn't know what she's doing. So now she says she's going to go in search of free will. And they've also found her variant as a principal somewhere else. So they're kind of slowly turning the minds of the other agents or the officers, what is it called? The Minutemen. B-19 is telling everybody hey, this is not what we think it is. Even our leader is a variant, and we need to wake the fuck up. Meanwhile, Loki ends up going out and finding, his Loki variants. There's the old Loki, there's Kid Loki, there's, I forgot what they say, I forgot which Loki, the black dude, and then there was the alligator Loki, and I don't know if anybody saw that there was Frog Thor, and Mjolnir, and Chris Hemsworth actually provided the voice for Throg, even though it was just a couple of grunts and maybe a hey, but he actually did the voice for that, which was amazing to hear. I love that, they do this stuff. And it's not even a contract thing. It's these people love these characters so much that they would come in and just record 2 lines. You probably could do it on their phone and even send it in, and they find out what's at the end of time, the void, the big dragon out there, Arioth. I forgot his name already. and they think there's something beyond it. There's something beyond there, because that there just has to be something, and they find it, and it's He Who Remains. And I lost my shit when the door opened. I was like, that's the dude who's supposed to play Kang. They're giving us Kang right now. And then as it goes on, you start to realize, no, that's not Kang. That's a different version of him. And I wouldn't say he's the good version, because he still has his own sinister plan. He still lies and stuff like that. But he was trying to keep a version of himself behind, or trying to keep a version of himself at bay, because he even said, some people called me a conqueror. I was like, he's Kang the Conqueror. And he says, if you kill me, there's going to be other versions of me that are going to come and that are going to try to like mess everything up. Now, this is where I'm going to diverge just a little bit, because I'm curious if anybody else thought about this. Loki happens right after the Battle of New York, right? And so at the end of this season, we see the timeline splitting off into multiple branches and everything like that. Thus, the multiverse is born. Now, I don't know how much time has passed between New York and what's going on now. But if it's still in that same area, then we're talking about the birth of the multiverse around Doctor Strange. Because in Doctor Strange, the Ancient One tells Doctor Strange about the multiverse, and she kind of shows him the different places, or the different places in the multiverse, where you saw Dormammu and all those other places. So I feel like the birth of the multiverse here happened before then, but they didn't know about the multiverse in Endgame when they went back in time, and the Ancient One, shows the flow of time, and they talk about, if you take the stones here, things are going to branch off and disrupt the flow of time. So the multiverse hadn't quite opened up there, but it opened up before Doctor Strange, and I believe Doctor Strange happened not too long after the Avengers, because the Battle of New York happened, and the Ancient One says that he was performing surgery, so he hadn't gone through his whole thing yet. I'm just thinking about the timeline of what everything is going. Marvel has planted these seeds a while ago, and Marvel knows what they're doing, and now these seeds are starting to branch. No pun intended, or all pun intended. It's so crazy to see, and just the fact that as far as we know, I think that Kang is supposed to be the next big baddie, like Thanos. And he's going to show up in Quantumania, which makes sense. In Ant-Man, they're going to, explore more of the quantum realm, and we're probably going to see more of the multiverse between that and the multiverse of madness with Doctor Strange. Like, these shows are setting up these movies. WandaVision is setting up the multiverse. Loki is setting up the multiverse. And it's crazy. It's crazy to see this stuff coming out, because it makes me excited again, because that was what the excitement was in the first, in the Infinity Saga, was that all these things were coming together. All fingers were pointing towards Thanos. And, all that buildup. Now it's like all these fingers are going to point to Kang and the multiverse and all this stuff. And if we get another Avengers movie, like, we're going to have a totally different squad, because Black Widow's dead, Tony's dead, Falcon is Captain America now. Who knows if Thor is going to be an Avenger anymore? Like, once we see Love and Thunder, like, who knows what his status is? The Guardians are off doing whatever it is that they do. So, like, who's really going to be an Avenger? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's something to think about, because we also have Fantastic Four coming. We have X-Men. We still have to explore the mutants. So, thinking about what the next Avengers crew could be is crazy. And I'm getting a little bit off track. So now back to Loki. Loki says we shouldn't kill him, because maybe if we kill, something worse will happen. And Sylvie is so bent on, revenge, that she pushes Loki through the TemPad door and decides to kill Kang. And I think she regrets it instantly, because she kills him, and I think she felt like she was supposed to feel some sort of like relief, and that didn't happen. Now all of a sudden everything is going haywire, and then the show just ends, and you're just like, why did you do that? And then the credit scene is that Loki will return in season 2, the first show from all these series that actually got renewed for season 2. So, man, we have a lot to go through. And then at the end, he doesn't even Mobius and them don't even know who Loki is. They think that he works there. So I'm trying to figure out what is really going on. How did all of a sudden their memory of Loki get wiped? The Timekeeper statues aren't there. It's a statue of Kang. Like, what is going on? It's insane. It's really crazy what's going on in Marvel right now, and I'm so excited. Like, I can't wait. I can't wait for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. I can't wait for all these movies. Marvel, please, let's make it happen. I'm here on board. And now that multiverse thing happens, how do you think What If is happening? You understand what I'm saying? Like, What If is now based off of all these multiverse branches. So it's no longer just like, they're just trying to, explore, what if could happen. No, these are actually things that are happening because of the branches that are splitting off the timeline, and it gives way more credit to what the What If series is going to be, which will tie us over until I believe Shang-Chi is going to be the next movie that comes out. Yeah. Loki was an amazing series. If you guys haven't seen it, make sure you guys go check it out. Tom Hiddleston gives such a good performance. I loved it. I loved it from start to finish. Hop in the comments, guys. Let me know, what did you guys think of the show? Did you guys watch it? Did you not watch it? Did you like it or didn't you? Let me know. What did you guys think? Tell me any Easter eggs that you guys caught that maybe I didn't talk about. So, yeah. Thank you guys once again for joining me on the couch for another review. Make sure you guys hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell so you guys get notified every time I post new content. Road to 1,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. And once again, I am Mr. Hamilton. Peace.